all go to self-serve. I don't even use self-serve.
Well, you just walk out.
No, I'm not right. All right. No. She's a 10, but watch Denis Villeneuve's Dune on an iPhone 13 mini. This sounds neat. This is so niche.
Welcome back to Critical Banter, where we take the best bits from your favorite late night shows and package them into a podcast. On today's episode, we are ripping off TikTok and we'll be doing the game segment, whatever it is. They are a 10.
It's a game.
But it is a game. And we'll also be doing the Critical Banter fan favorite segment, Mind Your Manners. But before that, Trap the Week, we got me, Miguel, we have Kushy.
Yeah.
And we have Seni.
Hello.
We have 3.
Where is he?
We don't have a 4th.
We have Mr. Potato Head again.
I was forced here to come because someone didn't want to come.
Against your will?
Against my will.
Rose
Exactly.
missed, 3 episodes now in a row?
It's one of his longer runs.
Where's he been?
You know when you don't see someone for a while, you just start to forget about them in your life?
Just
Something's happened.
fade from your memory.
Exactly. Critical Banter to me is 3 people.
Ro had the virtual one. That was a few weeks ago when he was up the coast.
Oh, that one.
And then last week, he went even further up the coast and man was living it up in Queensland. What did you say when you saw his stories, Kush?
It seems like he's living his life. He's a man traveling.
Living La Vida Loca.
Exactly. He's enjoying.
So last week, he was up in the Whitsundays, Hamilton Island, just like you said, just swanning it up, living his best life.
He came back, and then he came back on what, like Wednesday, Tuesday?
Thursday even.
Thursday.
One of the weekdays.
It was one of the weekdays.
And yesterday was Friday, and yesterday he's flying to New Zealand for a week or so to see his family. So
I think a bit longer. He said he'll be back next Sunday. So
this man's just
for
flying.
3 weeks now, just been on the run.
Was this
What's he running from? Who's he running from?
was this all planned, like both holidays back to back, or is it like a spontaneous?
I think it was all planned
Okay.
because he did mention a while ago that he was going to New Zealand.
Okay.
And so yesterday he embarked on his journey to New Zealand. So I thought maybe, we can check in with him because he would have left last night. And so he would have landed by now. And they're 2 hours ahead? What time is it now? It's 12 p.m. on a Saturday when we're recording this. So it'll be about 2 o'clock in the afternoon in New Zealand. So let's check in with Ro.
Give him a ring.
All right.
Hear it?
Yo.
Yo, Roey, you are live on air, my friend. How are you?
Good.
How is New Zealand? How was the flight over? How was...
Don't do that to me, you dirty dog.
So we have Kush here.
What's going on here? Why are you calling people dirty dogs? What's going on?
Can you, if you're not in New Zealand, can you explain to us where you are, Ro? Because we thought, all 3 of us thought you were going to New Zealand yesterday.
So did I.
Oh, what? What's going on?
Maybe explain to Kush and the listeners.
Okay, so basically what happened, right, is I woke up I wake up in the morning, I'm feeling a bit unwell, but I'm I have a flight today. I'll do 2 rats to be sure. Did 2 rat tests, both negative. I'm sick. Went along my day. Had work, so I was working from home. And then it's 4 o'clock, my flight's at 6. So I'm all right, probably should leave to the airport at some point. So I was going to chuck some stuff in the bin, and the stuff that I was chucking was the 2 COVID tests.
Right.
And then I had a quick look at one of them before I chucked in the bin. One had a faint line, and I was that's not supposed to be there. But the other one didn't. So I'm all right, maybe I'll just be sure I'll do another one. So my roommate had a rat test in his bedroom, so I was I can grab one. Grabbed one. That also had the double lines. And I was oh no, I think we're in danger. But then I was all right, I feel like it's too late to get a refund on the flight tickets. So I thought, okay, I can't just show them rats, you know what I'm saying? So I'll go to the airport anyway with my brother, and then he will check in and he'll go on the flight. And then I'll do one of those 45-minute turnaround PCR tests. So I get there, I do the PCR test, wait 45 minutes, comes out positive. So I'm okay. So I'm definitely not flying. So now my new plan is, all right, can I get a refund or rebook the flight at some point? So I go to the lady in the counter. I was look, I'm positive to COVID-19. Can you refund me? And she's no, we can't do that. It's too late. The flight leaves in 45 minutes. And look, I will get on this flight. It was a game of chicken. Because I was like, look, New Zealand just got rid of the COVID-19 like pre-departure test. So like, I've checked in online. I will walk through and I will infect this whole plane if you do not refund me.
Oh my god.
Biological warfare.
Yeah, dude,
World War
literally spores everywhere. And so she eventually cracks and so gives me a travel credit. So I will be going to New Zealand, just not yesterday.
Did your brother end up going?
Oh, he's gone. He's had a great time.
Okay, so hold on. Just to clarify, you did a couple of you did a couple of rats and you had a faint line, right? And then you did the third rat, was it? And you had 2 lines?
Yeah, so I had a faint line on the rat, but like I didn't realize. Like I think I didn't check after 10 minutes or whatever, so I just like saw one line, which is the control.
Yeah.
And there was no line for the test. I was like, sick, we're good.
So you and your brother went in the same car to the airport?
No, he. I actually caught an Uber to the city. So sorry.
Oh my lord. Shouldn't be telling me that.
All right, I put the put the mask on, windows down. Oh, brother, full send to the airport, my friend.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, Abdul. I hope you're okay.
Oh my god. Oh dearie me.
Oh man, how are you feeling, Ro?
Yeah, how you feeling?
Now that we've passed that malarkey.
I'm actually all right. Like, it's not terrible. It's just like a sore throat. So hopefully it'll get better in a couple of days. But unfortunately, yeah, miss you having the pod boys. So it's been a couple of weeks. Damn shame.
So wait, when are you going to New Zealand? Are you going have you pushed it back like months or are you going to go straight after you're cleared?
I have no idea. I'll sort out with my other brother. So my youngest brother went.
Yeah.
My middle brother and I will go at some point, hopefully.
Yeah, okay. At least you got your credits. He's fine.
Dude, I'm happy. But cabin fever, dude. I've been in this house in my room for like 12 hours.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to like slowly lose it. Like dead set. Like I'm itching.
All right, I guess that's where we have to end the call. Goodbye, Ro. I hope you enjoy your isolation, brother.
You spent months alone, brother. You'll be fine.
Yeah, but Kush, this is actually a cry to you. Can you send me some movie recommendations? Because I've got 7 days to kill.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do. Looks like my stories are coming to fruition. Good use here. No worries. We'll pass it on.
All right. Enjoy, boys.
All right.
Farewell, Roy. Get better.
Well, it was good to hear from Ro. I mean, poor bloke. That's actually quite unfortunate.
There you have it. You know, that's why he's not here.
Is that his second time? COVID? It is,
Nah,
right?
first.
First.
Yeah.
Shock, right? Because this man, every fucking second week,
He's going
he
somewhere.
alternates. He's either sick or he's gone somewhere.
But both of you had COVID, right?
Just me.
I have not had it.
It's me and you. We're the ones
You might
surviving.
have had it, bro. I don't know about you. You're weird.
Nah, I've done my tests. We've survived it. We're the ones. What do we call them? The
Superior.
yeah, exactly. We just built different.
You know what's rogue? One of our mates a while back. So he's also one of those that have been sick with a cough for like months. And then the other day he was dropping me home and he was a bit chesty with his cough. I'm like, is this the same cough?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, yeah, no, it's a different cough. Blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, my dad's sick. He might have COVID.
Oh, come on.
And I'm like, what do you mean he might have COVID? It's either he has or he doesn't. It's like, yeah, look, he's got a fever. He's got a sore body. He's got
Could have been the flu.
Yeah, he's got all the
I
symptoms.
mean, the monkeypox while we're at it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
No, it's an
Why'd you look
actual
at me when you said that?
yeah. He said all that. It's like, yeah, he feeling all that, but he doesn't want to do a test. So he might have COVID. I'm like right next to him. He's coughing in my face. I'm like, brother, has or he doesn't.
I don't get that you don't want to do a test. It's so easy to do a test these days. Like, it's so
The
easy.
thing is, good. If you don't test, you're never positive.
That's what Big Donald said.
Schrodinger's
Stop the
COVID,
testing.
dude. Schrodinger.
Schrodinger's COVID. Absolutely.
Righty, boys. Bit of a new game this week, which I'm sure most of our listeners probably would have seen or heard by now. It's all over TikTok and Twitter. It's usually, well, we're calling it they are a 10 butt, but it's usually just he or she is a 10 butt. And then we just name a random ick, and then we see what their score goes down to.
Kush is an ally.
We got him. We're covering all bases. here.
Exactly.
We're an
No,
inclusive podcast.
I subscribe to all 72 genders. So let's begin. She's a 10, but she pays for YouTube Premium.
A lot of people pay for YouTube Premium these days.
Ah.
It's weird. It's very weird.
Wait, so what does premium offer you? Sign
No
up?
ads.
Isn't it just ad blocker for that?
Exactly. You can get that shit for free.
Oh, yeah, I think I'm going to say one of this one. Mm-mm.
But it's not a hate crime.
But it goes down a
It
bit.
goes down a few.
Is that what this segment's meant to be? She
Give it a-
10, but a hate crime. Insert hate crime.
She hates minorities.
So I'll give it a 7.
7.
7. I'll give it a 5. I don't think it's that much.
Oh my God.
Whatever.
They're a 10, but they tie their shoes using the bunny ears method.
No.
5.
I use the bunny ears method.
How old are you?
I'm of age. It's a classic way to do it. It's quicker. It's better.
5 as well. 5 from me.
That bad.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah. Don't rate it. She's a 10, but asked you if you'd still love her if you were a giant burrowing cockroach.
Cockroach I haven't heard. Worm is the classic.
Well, yeah.
I know. I just added one there for a bit of a embellishment.
I hate these hypotheticals.
I hate it, but it's so common. If you rank this down to like a 4, you're calling everyone a 4.
Exactly,
at that point,
exactly.
You know what I mean?
So boost it up.
We'll say 6.
6. All right.
So it's worse than YouTube Premium.
YouTube Premium's pretty embarrassing.
Yeah, YouTube Premium is pretty bad.
They're a 10, but they scan fruits as fruits in the self-serve.
Honest, they're honest.
Very brutally honest.
Too honest, some might
Not
say.
in this economy,
Do you all
man.
go to self-serve? I don't even use self-serve.
Well, you just walk out.
No, I'm not right. All right. No. I go to the what do they call
Human
it?
touch.
Yeah, the human touch.
What?
I hate the human.
Yeah, I
touch
hate
in
the
all
human
forms.
I feel like it's I feel like it's faster. No.
Nah, you scan yourself. You can get your $11 lettuce as fucking watermelon. Or
Exactly.
something. Get a bargain. But it's not the worst thing in the world. I'll give it a 9.
Yeah.
10.
It's a 8.
8.
7 for me.
Fair enough. He's a 10, but he has a podcast.
Whoops.
That man is a king. He's a 12.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's a 12 for me as well.
Bump him up, baby.
Put out your voice out there. They're a 10, but the vocabulary is limited to L ratio in mid.
This person might actually be 7.
Might be Kush on a weekday.
Yeah, possibly.
I swear Kush walked in here and called something mid.
Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, that's 6, honestly, for
That's
me.
like a 4, dude. If
It's
you
pretty
call
bad.
everything an L.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, you know what? That's a half our TikTok comment. So we'll say it's a 4.
4.
To be fair, I called my missus the other day mid. She didn't really appreciate that one.
You're a brave man. They're a 10, but they use Microsoft Teams.
Casually.
We'll say this is in the work setting. In the work setting. Well, yeah, they don't use Facebook or Instagram or anything. They message you only on Teams.
When you crack on COD at night, you don't go on, you don't go on Discord, you don't go on
They pop
PSN
themselves.
party chat, you're on Teams.
They pop themselves on Do Not Disturb.
Look, teams regardless, corporate or personal. Such a beta
It's
product.
so yucky.
Yeah,
It's
2.
disgusting.
It's
2
mid.
Yeah.
It is actually mid.
I'll give it what are you giving it?
I'm giving it a 4.
A 4 as well. She's a 9, but she supports Manchester City.
She again is probably also 3 years old. So I'll say 3.
It is a 3 as well.
She's a 10, but watched Denis Villeneuve's Dune on her iPhone 13 mini. This is niche. This is so niche.
7.
7. It's not the biggest thing in the world, brother.
He's a 10, but he puts E10 fuel into his car.
That used to be me as well, so I don't know how much I can say. But I've changed my ways.
Good.
Learned that it's haram.
Very haram.
Yeah, you
So
gotta,
we're saying,
gotta show love for your car. You don't hate it.
how low are we going?
How low are we going? Let's call it a... Because you're ruining the car.
You're ruining the
You
car.
don't care financially as well. It's deep into your character.
Yeah.
That's a 5.
It's a 3 for me.
3.
They're a 10, but they scratch their ass and sniff it.
They remain a 10.
Stay healthy, King. You got it.
Oh, and sniff it.
They sniff it afterwards. So they scratch their gooch, the crack, the bum hole even, and then they give it a nice little sniff.
6.
She's a 10, but believes an obsidian crystal can help process her grief.
Oh, 5.
5. There are a lot of stones these days that are coming. Like
It's huge. It's like Jasper and shit. There's so much. Just
I don't even know what that is.
there's some rogue backstories like this is a 20,000-year-old stone from the fucking volcano of whoop whoop.
I've never.
5 as well from me.
It will heal your bloody. It'll solve your relationship problems and heal your chakra or some shit. Shut up.
He's a 10, but he does Fortnite dances unironically.
So what are you rating Sen? I went to
10 out of 10 for
I
him.
went to the club with this man like a month ago. The man was whipping out Fortnite dances. in a row.
or injustice.
Did you do the default one?
Of course, yeah.
If you can do the default one like properly, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 for me.
He was winging it.
Okay.
Bro, that's like a fucking 3.
Nah, respect. 10 for me.
She's a 10, but she's into astrology.
I've said this before. It's a 5.
Yeah.
Quackery.
It is big time.
It's haram
They're coming to you and saying you're not compatible because of Mars and Jupiter alignment.
Big time 5.
Yeah,
It's a
5 for me.
Strong 5 energy.
Yeah, 5. He's a 10, but he moved to Bondi to assimilate with his people.
Knows his place.
Look, for some people that would still remain a 10,
Yeah.
but for us,
Yes.
that's coming down to a 6.
Yeah.
6.
She's a 10, but she orders caramel lattes exclusively.
I don't know if I've met a person in real life that actually orders caramel latte.
These are all hypothetical people.
No, but I also don't know how I'd react if someone told me that. Would I spit at them? I don't know.
I've met someone who's ordered one, not like religiously caramel lattes nonstop. But
Yeah.
you know, you come out, someone's like cappuccino, flat white, then fucking caramel latte. Like,
Who
what?
do you think you are?
Yeah, what is this? Nah, 6 for me.
It's like an 8. Yeah,
Really? No, I look down at people who
Yeah.
do that.
she's a 10, but she regularly DMs NRL players on Instagram.
It's a numbers game. I respect that.
Yeah, different type of Tinder, man. So
Exactly.
good.
That's an 8.
Yeah. She's a 10, but only watches videos in 480p.
That's a fucking like 2.
That's, yeah, I was gonna
what
say.
era are you living in, bro?
That's a 2 as well. He's a 10, but he only watches sport to gamble on it.
What are we rating Sen?
That's a king as well.
I don't know. I feel like is that okay? I think it's okay.
Maybe it's a pathway into new sports.
Yeah.
Maybe someone has a love for Romanian second division handball.
Yeah.
Who knows? I'll give it a 8. She's hold on. She's a 10, but she's addicted to Fortnite.
Nothing wrong with that again.
exactly.
yeah. I'll give it
Addicted is a strong word, so I'll deduct maybe 1 for that. So she's a 9.
She's a 9.
that. How are we talking addicted? Are we talking
8 hours a day.
That's full-time
so
hours.
my university days?
Then you have to respect the
We'll give
hustle
that a 10
then.
out of 10. You're out here leveling up on the battle pass. She's a 10. So are you, King. Don't fucking forget that. That's it. Just wanted to point that out.
Thank you for that, Kush.
Yep.
She's a 10, but she only drinks Jaeger bombs.
That's disgusting.
That's pretty filth.
Who like chooses to drink a Jaeger bomb?
That's too much. At that point, it's
Every
just bleach.
Jaeger bomb I've had has been against my will.
What is Jaeger? I've never had Jaeger on its own.
I don't know how to
only had
describe it.
Jaeger with
Yuck.
Red Bull.
With Red Bull, yeah. It's, I don't know.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
2 out of 10.
That is just 2 out of 10. It
2.
reflects the choices you make
Yeah.
in life and who you are as a person, and I don't want to be around you.
Damn.
He's a 10, but he's a homophobe.
In 2022, you're a 0, brother.
0.
Negative even.
Yeah, put him on the negative timeline, man.
They're a 10, but they don't thank the bus driver when they get off.
I hate people like that. Where has common courtesy gone in the modern day?
Dude, you have to thank the bus driver.
It
Even in Fortnite, you have to thank the bus driver. Okay.
You're coming down to a 3 for me.
You're
Yeah.
a 3. There's no manners. You
2 for me.
don't belong in society. She's a 10, but she runs for the bus.
Practically speaking, sometimes you need to run, but I think
If you saw someone run for
Yeah,
the bus,
Yeah.
it is so yuck.
it is.
I do it, but it looks so yuck.
Yeah, I've seen myself do it in like the bus reflection when I'm running for
yucky,
it's
man.
it's
And
it looks
especially when there are
desperate.
people on the bus.
You look
they're seeing
you're
you fucking
sweating,
run.
you're like, yeah,
4 out of 10.
Yeah, 6 for me.
They're a 10, but they still post like for TBH on Facebook.
Surely there's no one who still
Yeah.
does that. Because if you do, that's a 3.
People
Even
still
when
use
people did
Facebook.
it back in like 2010 or 2011, it was how you going.
It wasn't even acceptable then when we were like 13, 14 years old.
I don't think it was it?
Nah, I don't know. It was huge back then,
Huge,
though.
though.
Yeah.
People, I was liking because I wanted
Yeah.
people to be honest.
Yeah.
They're a 10, but they don't wave when someone lets them in traffic.
Another one. Where has common courtesy gone? I'm seeing this less and less these days.
I haven't seen it in yonks.
I despise people.
Even
like
as a
that.
passenger, I expect it.
Just
happened?
this little motion. Hang on, don't confuse this for any other motion. But yeah, exactly. Nice. And, there's a 90-degree angle there, people. Please. No, but that takes no effort. Takes a
Yeah.
second. and it does a world of good.
It brightens your day if
Exactly.
you receive it. So 1.
Yeah, I would say 1 as well.
There are 10, but they vape.
It's commonplace these days, and I'd rather they vape than do ciggies. I'd rather the digital durry than the analog durry.
The analog, what are you giving?
Analog, you're I'm so sorry. Like, it's your choices, whatever.
Every time you talk to them,
yeah,
fucking smoke breath.
it's analog. I'd put you down to a 2 or a 3. Vape, you're a 6.
I could agree with that.
Vape, I'm gonna go for 4 if it's excessive. You know how they constantly go, I'm out for a vape. I'm going for a vape. Every fucking 1 hour, I'm going for a vape.
No, they're so
Shut up.
addicted. They do it, but they're full.
yeah.
Oh my
Do it
god,
in
the
their
amount of
hoodies.
times I've seen that, like in a club where they're just doing this.
Yeah.
Brother, I can see
That's
the
a
smoke
2 out of
coming
10
out.
for me. That's
Like
a 2
they're
out of 10.
hiding their mouth, but yeah, there's fucking smoke radiating from their head.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. He's a 10, but can only build a Mr. Potato Head in 8 seconds.
Doesn't crack the 7.
That's
low.
That's low. That's
2.
5.
I'm giving it a 2. A Miss Potato Head. Come on, add a bit of motor skills to you.
All right, we've had some serious ones in there, some silly ones in there. Love to hear what the listeners have to think. Write us in, and we'll try our best at rating them next week.
Absolutely. This week's episode is once again sponsored by our good friends over at Manscaped. They are our friends. They sponsor the show. They
Very good
support
friends.
us in every way, and they are here to tell you that their 4th generation performance package, which includes their new signature lawnmower 4.0. The package has all the tools equipped to keep you calm and collected through all weather uncertainties. Summer, autumn, spring, winter, you name it, Manscaped are here for you. Manscaped has the full package you need to level up your game this year. The Performance Package 4.0 is the only tool you need to keep your boys looking and smelling fresh as fresh can be. I know we've talked about the lawnmower, we've talked about the weed whacker. I want to feast your eyes onto the crop preserver, which Seni will hold up, which is right in front of him. After clearing your nose with the weed whacker and shaving your balls, you can get rid of that foul ball smell with the crop preserver. And the Crop Reviver, actually. Both products are unreal. The Crop Preserver is an anti-chafing ball deodorant and moisturizer, while the Crop Preserver is a spray-on toner for your balls. So they're covering every single aspect. Chafing, deodorant, moisturizer, toner even. You know?
What do you need?
Give as much respect to your face as your balls, is what I say. You can keep your boys from sticking to your leg in any weather. And then you can finish off your grooming routine with the Plow 2.0. The perfect razor for the finest shave in your face. Because if you're using your lawnmower 4.0 on your balls and your face, you're doing it wrong, boys. Sen, Kush, you're doing it wrong. Use the Plow.
Still works. Still beautiful.
It's beautiful, but
We could do better.
they've got another product just for your face. Time to join the 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped, TM, by going to manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping by using the code TCB. Do you have the Kush?
No, I didn't say it one more time.
Code. Sen, what was the code?
T
Yeah.
for tiny,
Yeah.
C
4.
Cox,
Yeah.
and B for use TCB and
Oh.
check out for 20%.
Use code TCB for 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. And always remember, lads, when you trim the weeds, the tree stands tall.
Oh.
Beautiful. That's just beautiful. All right, boys, we're bringing back Mind Your Manners. It's a segment where you look at, is it the right etiquette? Is it not? We'll dissect it. We'll go through it. And, as always, if the listeners have something, feel free to let us know. Just a call out in the beginning, too.
We will mind your manners.
Exactly.
And we usually find out that we are in the wrong with these things.
Well, you never know. Wrong, right? It's all an opinion. It is what it is.
There's your right, there's our right.
Exactly. It's what it is. But basically, my friend told me this story where, and I'm assuming all of you guys have this. Do you operate by Google Calendars? You join the meetings by them?
We use Zoom.
Microsoft.
We
Right.
use Outlook and Zoom.
Okay, but you have like a calendar of sorts where you can join the meeting.
Oh, yeah,
for
yeah,
everything,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, okay. So if you're not invited to a meeting, but you wanted to join this meeting because the premises or the ideas that you're going to learn from it, it's going to help boost your skills, you're going to learn something from it, should you be joining that meeting if you're not invited to it?
not unannounced.
Yeah, I would ask.
If I know you're going to a Kush, I'll ask. Hey,
Yeah.
mate, I'll tell you exactly that. Hey, I think I could learn from this meeting.
Exactly.
Can I join?
If I knew it was happening, I would just like be like, oh hey man, this sounds pretty cool. You mind if I like join along, like chuck us an invite, blah blah blah. I wouldn't just roguely unannounced just join. Well, it depends as well how many people there are. Let's say if it was a bigger,
that is true.
If it was like a big call with a couple of hundred people, whatever, just join. Who cares?
Yeah.
No one's gonna know. But if it's like intimate, like
It's
3 or
8
4,
people, by the way. That's it. 8 people.
yeah, then I'll 100%.
100.
You got to ask.
You
You
gotta
can't be
ask.
hidden in the meetings. Where
Exactly.
It's like
Yeah.
Kush, Send, Miguel, plus fucking
Exactly.
10 or something.
You can be
You're not-
hidden there.
You're not a plus at this rate.
Yeah. So from what I learned from this story was that he joined because he knew that this meeting or the purpose of this meeting was going to help him do a project that he was working on. But
Which is fair.
he wasn't invited though.
That's okay.
His manager was. And his manager, I think, was going to tell him after, hey, I went to the meeting, blah, blah, blah. This is what you
then
have to
just
do,
give
right?
you- Oh, okay.
So
Right.
he was like, proactively, I can enter, learn. Done and dusted. He goes in. Manager's like, what are you doing here?
Oh,
Boots him. Gone. In front of all 8 people. Gone. Booted.
Kicked.
that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
That's so embarrassing. That's bad on the manager's part, though. Like, you
I-
can't.
That's poor management.
You can't do that publicly in front of everyone. Once you've joined, you've joined. It is what it is. Unless it was
Unless
like,
there's an actual reason he can't be.
unless it was like only like managers and above or like
But
directors
he
or
wasn't
something like that.
invited, so he shouldn't be joining in the first place. I think booting him out is okay.
It depends on the context of the meeting. Again,
Yeah.
if it's a manager and above, somewhat confidential, somewhat like,
It is a confidential meeting. It's probably the
Then-
reason why he wasn't invited.
So
in
they
the
were
first
talking
place.
about something where, okay, so fair enough. It wasn't just like a lunch and learn.
No,
Yeah.
definitely
Oh,
no.
then-
Reflecting on
yeah,
last
yeah.
week's
No, it's an
performance.
important meeting. It's confidential with select. Like
But-
it was choose the invitees were selected, right?
But I feel like you wouldn't publicly. You'd be able to just message him on the side, be like, "Hey, mate, like, what are you doing? Just jump off, and I'll give you like a lowdown later." I wouldn't publicly be like, "Oi, why are you here? Fuck off," and then just kick him.
That is true. You got to go have a nice way about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
I wouldn't even voice it at all. You would have to do it all on message and just get them to leave by their own.
Just them joining silence
And then just leave.
You're halfway through presenting now, you just fucking message. That's poor from both parties.
a bit of etiquette to be learned from both sides.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. I have one more. This is another story that my friend told me, but basically he went to do some suit shopping, and he went to buy a few suits because he had a wedding coming up, basically.
Right.
And there was a few bangers of a deal that were going on because it's the end of financial year sales.
Right,
and
EFS,
stuff.
something
EFS,
like
of
that.
course.
Yeah, exactly.
30 June for those outside of Australia is our end of financial
And
year.
there are good deals. There are really impressive deals, by the way. 50% off, an extra 20% off. Wonderful.
Your friend was mesmerized by these guys.
I was mesmerized by the story of him telling me that these deals were amazing.
Fair play.
So yeah, he went to buy suits. He got a suit set, 2 blazer coats, and a pant.
Right.
So with all those items, 5 items, right? You're looking at the cost to be around $700, $750.
Not bad.
Pretty expensive stuff. Good deals, like I said, $750. Pretty impressive. Goes to the counter, goes to pay. She's a very nice customer service lady, apparently, very friendly. They're talking, they're having a nice chat. And she says, yep, that's $187.
What?
And so he's like, okay, yep, no worries. Pays $187. And he's thinking in the back of his head, all right, something's up. Something's a bit sus, I know.
As in, so she scanned everything.
Well, here's the thing. I'll get to that.
Okay.
So she does all of her stuff. You know how each suit has like a magnetic thing that they have to take out?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
all that stuff is gone. It's
Each
packed.
item looked handled.
Each item looked handled.
Looked like a done deal.
Yep. Blazers in the coat bags,
Oh.
pants in the bag. So
You're-
it's all done.
Yeah, the person's ready to go.
Payments the last one. Even the points have been gone through, the special card
Oh.
points. Done. Perfect. So $187. He's thinking, okay, yeah, something's up. Pays the money, gets the receipt, looks at it. Only 2 items have been scanned. That's it. 2 items have been scanned. That's it. He saved Big Daddy money here. He knows it as well. What do you do in that situation?
This is a moral dilemma for the ages.
So how the hell did this person fail to scan the other 3 items?
I don't know. And she even said $187.
And that's it. So that was it. Everything was said and done. The person looked at the receipt. There was only 2. And now they're standing there. They're thinking, what do they do?
Thinking, do I walk away with a bargain and a steal?
Another
Literal
bargain.
steal of the century.
And the metallic things are gone?
It's all gone. So you can walk out. It won't be, caught when you leave.
I'm walking out of there. I'm 100% walking out of there. Look,
You walking
I'm assuming this was like one of those big stores where like, You know,
It's a big
they're-
department store. Yeah.
Yeah,
Put
so
it-
they're generating hundreds of millions of dollars of revenue year on year. What's a couple of $100 to them, you know? The magnetic parts of the thing will go on. Like, there's literally, you know, once you walk through those gates, there's no stopping you. You're done. You know, you're gone. You're already back home before they even realize. So I'm walking out. Manny, what do you think?
I'm torn. I believe in juju.
Absolutely. Don't get me wrong.
Goes around, comes around. Yeah.
Look,
You
it's
gotta
not
put some-
but $10. This
You gotta
is-
put that, but that's what I'm saying. In an ideal moral, you know, everything's good. I'm a baller, like shit like that. I'm like, you know what? I'm telling them, you didn't scan these items.
extra couple apples at Woolies. It's what it is. What,
You know why I don't think it's bad juju? It's because it's not like you shoved it underneath your jumper over and tried to walk out.
So maybe it's good
You-
juju coming to you.
You went, you tried to do everything above board, they've made a mistake. That's it. Where's the bad juju there?
we're saying this is not theft, right?
No,
It's not theft because the mistake is on their part.
on their part.
Okay.
You have gone up to the counter with all your items.
Yeah.
And you've paid for something.
And by putting those items on the counter, you're saying, I'm happy to pay for all
Your
5
part of
items.
the contract is done. You put all the items there. It's up to them to scan it. They've scanned whatever they've scanned, and you paid for something. And then they've removed all the security
Yeah.
hoo-ha. So your part is done. As far as they're concerned, you've done everything right.
I would like to say, if I was in that moment, I might do the thing of, you know what,
You'd be the good moral.
hey,
good moral
is
person.
this correct?
You're a stand-up citizen.
I'll ask that question. But like, in reality,
Why did he say?
when I'm staring at a receipt and I'm saving, what is it, $500, $600?
Yeah.
I don't.
I'm almost running out of the store.
My morals can be bought for
The
$600.
suit said it was free in this case. Only the blazer and the pant was scanned. That's
Yeah, I look. To be honest, I don't. 100. Yeah, fine. If she said 187, eyebrows would be raised, but I would be taking that receipt graciously with both hands and be running out, and then I would check it outside of the store. Because at that point, I'm like, yeah, look, I'm already outside. What's the point? It is what it is.
Yeah.
I wouldn't check it in front of her.
That might be true. I think in that situation, I would just say nothing.
Say nothing.
But if she's like, I don't think I've scanned the items, I'll be like, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Scan them.
There's not much you can do there. If she's recognized it after, and you're just about to leave, she's like, oh, hold on, I think there's something wrong with the. What are you doing then? Like everything can be scanned. You still got the receipt.
Then you play dumb. You're like, oh, okay, sorry, hey, I didn't realize.
Actually, who might just be a moral high ground? There's a story of when I went to a Nike factory outlet.
Yeah.
All right, and then you know how they have the normal sales, and at the back they have random shoes.
Yeah.
That are on even more sale.
Clearance.
Yeah, the clearance section. So what I did is I put in a fresh pair of boots into some clearance box,
Oh.
and then I was walking out. I was paying, and then she's like, "Oh, these boots aren't the same size as the box."
Yeah.
And I know what I've done.
Yeah.
I haven't put the right size in.
Yeah.
That's on you, you idiot.
No, but then I'm like, obviously, in the moment, I'm like, you know what? They're like, do they have the size? Blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then she checks for the size, and she's like, you know, actually, like, these aren't the boots that are meant for the box.
Oh.
Like, she's like, someone must have, like, changed the box.
yeah.
Someone.
And I'm like, that's a shame. Like, I'm like, playing dumb. Oh, how much are they normally? I really
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it, blah, blah. And they're, like, instead of, like, being 100, they're like, oh, it's like 250.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know, maybe I just won't get them this time.
Yeah.
Thanks for your help though, blah, blah, blah.
There you go. And
So I don't think I have
If
a
you
leg
got
to
away with
stand
that,
on.
bad juju.
Yeah,
Probably.
absolutely. That's bad juju because he went out of his way to do that.
That's is that theft? That no.
That's not theft because you're still paying for something. It's just
It's paying for the wrong goods.
look, it's
Is
a bit of trickery.
scanning an
Just a bit
avocado,
tomfoolery. That's all it is.
exactly.
Just
It's
a
just
joke.
joking.
That's all it is.
Just a bit of a giggle, you know.
is scanning one item as another item theft? Because as I said, in essence, that's what I did.
That's a good question. I don't know.
We literally talked about earlier with the icks when we were talking about they scan their fruits as fruits.
But you're paying for a good, but it's just not the right
exactly.
good.
But
I'm
I've
giving you something.
intentionally like done a bit of
I think the
malarkey.
intention might be the theft part here. That will classify as
Well,
theft.
you can't throw me in jail for intention, can you? That's my thoughts, bro. Actually, I think you can.
Absolutely can.
Oh, yeah,
we
I
actually
feel
don't
someone,
really,
but
we
I-
really honestly don't understand how the judicial system works in this country.
Alright, so Seni is saying run away with
I'm
it.
running away with it.
I'm saying run away but feel bad and maybe recover your losses.
Yeah.
What are you saying, Kush?
So, Kush,
what did your
how did
ego
the
do?
story end?
Alright, so the way the story ends, friend walks out and friends with a couple of others, right? It's a whole group, they all do separate shopping. Walks out, meets up with them, tells them the story. He's like, I'm feeling a bit guilty. I think, I can't return them first of all. Can't do that.
No.
I think I should go back. Maybe it's the wrong size. He's working out scenarios in his head. I'll go back. The other friends, nah, they're like, fuck, you got a bug and get on out of here right now. Leave right now. He gets convinced by his friends, he leaves. No payment.
And I think that's okay.
So
I really think that's
so your friend was more worried about his own thing of, I can't return it if there's something wrong.
No, I think he was justifying his moral dilemma. He felt bad internally that he walked away with $500 worth of free goods, knowing that happened. Because remember, she says 187 and he's gone, oh, all right, I'll pay. But, so it's that intention, you've done it. You've done the dirty.
Yeah, look, that's... at that point, look. I can't justify it.
It's a moral dilemma.
It's a tricky one. I would love to hear what the listeners have to say about this one.
I would love to hear. Because it's a good little...
We're in strife here.
Because I'm even sat here I don't know. I don't know.
It's a tough one.
I still don't think what your friend did was wrong in any way.
Okay.
Because it's not like they maliciously went out of the way to do it. It was just an accident and mistake on their part, and they just took advantage of it.
Yeah.
All right, I got 2 quick ones as well. Both work related. Often we go for coffee runs with my team, and usually my manager or someone else, senior than me, often pays. And my manager actually called me out on this a few weeks ago, saying, "Oh, Sen, you never pay for coffees." And then I get flustered. I'm like, "Oh, you guys always jump in before me. I never get a chance." Blah blah blah. And then that got me thinking. It festered in my mind. And then I had 2 chances. I could either double down and never pay for coffees again, or I could go the other way and pay for coffee every time we go out. And so I was thinking, what should I do?
You've gone to 2 extremes that you don't have to really be extreme on.
You have a myriad of options here.
Then what is the correct option?
I will entertain the 2 extremes.
Okay, let's do it.
I think, how many weeks of coffee you reckon you've gotten away with? Is it 1 or 2, or is it 10, 20,
2 months?
3 months here. To be fair, I reckon I've paid, in the 3 months, I've probably paid once or twice, but only when one other person has been with me.
Well,
And how big is this group normally?
You're looking at most 4 or 5 coffees.
So you have to cover 5
$20
coffees.
you think it
$20.
Yeah. And you're saying 3 months, 100 a month.
It's been, I'll be honest, it's aggressive.
You'd look at 300 over 3 months. That's a lot of coffee, man.
But at the same time,
The fact that you
they pay for you. You shouldn't. It's a lesson in life. You shouldn't do things expecting things back. You should do things.
I wish that's how the world works.
You should do
I really wish that's how
things. You should do things off the goodness of your. You should tell them that.
Does Sen pay the next 3 months?
No, Zen doesn't owe him shit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
That is true. You don't owe them anything. They've asked you coffee and you're like...
Exactly. If they've asked me, do you want coffee? Yeah, of course.
Yes, I would like coffee.
But the etiquette is the underlying
Absolutely,
subtext.
yeah.
Zen's not going out and say, Manager Kush, can you buy me a coffee?
Yeah.
Then come to him with an offer.
Yeah.
Just because Zen doesn't offer back.
It's one you can't refuse. He's taking it.
Just because Zen is a selfish bastard and fucking stingy and doesn't offer back.
You can't change that. People can't change their inherent nature. That's what it is.
What would Zen do? Offer to pay for the next one? No! Don't be silly. It'd be fun to double down, but I reckon what would happen soon is you're just not going to get asked.
Yeah.
/ you're going to go for coffee, but don't put what
And
you
there's some
want.
nice social runs in the coffee, you know?
Exactly. No,
There are intangible benefits.
Yeah.
I've paid for the last few.
Good
That's
man.
what has happened. But at this point, I have to realize, when do I stop? And
Now, you've paid for the last few.
Yeah, that's it. You stop, you don't bring it up. That's it. Now, let's see if they come up to you. That's the real question. You paid for, what is it, a few, 2 or 3 maybe?
I think I paid for the last 2.
There you go. Let's see what happens to the...
Maybe one more. Maybe
Just to make sure. Just to make sure.
Maybe things come in threes.
Yeah, okay. Do the third one. On the
All
fourth one, if they come to you, you've done your duty.
But here's the thing. The fourth one, right? Say he gets to the office, let's say 9, that's 9:30,
Yeah.
right? And you see at his desk, it's 11. No one has asked yet. So then he's itching for a coffee. But the etiquette is if he goes, then he has to ask. What does he do at that point? He knows he's paid for the past 3.
Dare I say don't do anything on the fourth? If that happens, don't do
So
anything.
he's starving himself of caffeine and...
You're not drinking coffee
Soy
for coffee. Let's be real.
Sometimes it is. Sometimes it is just for the social aspect.
Are you itching for the coffee at 11 a.m.?
Sometimes I actually am itching for a coffee.
Let's say he's itching, right? He's like scratching his arm. He's getting withdrawal symptoms.
Every now and then.
Go by yourself.
Yeah, I think
For
that
the
is.
fourth one. I think you go by yourself.
That's a bit rogue though, you know? The whole point is when you. That's why Sane's getting asked because the manager wants a coffee, but
I was
They're
going
going
out of the
away.
bathroom or something and then just
come back with a fucking.
come back 20 minutes later with it. Alright, I've got one more etiquette. Again, work related. We had like a work event thing and we went bowling and laser tag. And my question is,
Nice.
how competitive can you be in a work environment?
Super competitive.
Is that allowed? Is that
I have a good story about this, but super competitive, 100%.
We'll get to Sane's then we'll hear yours.
Yeah.
because I was
How competitive did you get, Sane?
in bowling? I was sledging people. I was walking like shadowing them as they were walking up to bowl. I was like whispering, sweet nothings into their ears.
That's fine. Bowling, that's fine. Because
I
you
was
can only
looking
do so much in
I was looking into
bowling.
people my level, higher than me. I was doing it to a director. But they're all taking a good,
Bowling knows no
That
job
is-
titles.
I think so.
They know Sen, Kush, Miguel, and how many pins you can knock.
But laser tag, if you're slide cancelling and fucking
Laser tag is where the fun of the games began. We played 3 games. The first game was a free-for-all for everyone.
Nice.
And yeah, I was literally hiding behind barrels. I did a barrel roll as I told Miguel one day. The other day. Someone was chasing me and I had to get behind cover. So I legit barrel rolled behind cover. I was running and gunning, like there were people in our team who didn't want to play. So I was chasing them and getting easy points off them.
And he was telling me this, I literally asked him, were you fucking drop shotting and slide cancelling?
Then the second game we paired up and me and my mate, we found a nice beautiful corner of the room. We stayed there, we camped the entire game and we annihilated everyone. And people were the other teams all ganged up against us because they were getting tired of like getting done by us by camping in the corner.
Right, you took that before every COD game, the announcer, domination. He took that to heart.
And then the final game as well, it was we split up into teams and somehow me and like 2 others who were the best somehow ended up in the same team and it was annihilation.
We'd
Like
love to see that.
we literally, each of us doubled their entire score. And so
I think it's fun to be competitive. I see no issues.
but I was legit chasing people in the dark, yelling
He
at
was
people.
fucking
square.
barrel rolling, bro. What do you mean?
Dude, I was taking this shit seriously.
I honestly think it's fun.
Almost threw an elbow at someone. It was on for young and old.
Like you were winning though.
Absolutely,
The
I
purpose
was
was
winning.
to win.
The purpose was to
You know-
win, and I won.
You know what? You're at the edge of the boundary.
Yeah.
If you did any more, then I'd be,
I think
bro,
if
you
you're gonna be
can't.
physical, maybe verbally
Yeah, I think
aggressive, then
Oh, verbal was there definitely, but
But
everyone
Oval started bowling, didn't you?
verbal. Everyone was getting into the verbal, to be
Okay,
honest.
yeah, alright.
It never descended into full physical,
okay.
but it could have, I reckon.
As long as people were taking good nature,
It was all in good
no lines
nature.
crossed.
But I was also very
Until they were
worried.
racially abusing them.
Was anyone pissed at you?
Nah. It was all in good nature.
You're fine. You're absolutely fine. As long as if you feel like sense a hint from someone being like, "Oh, this sounds like."
Yeah, then you got to back off.
Yeah, you're fine.
What was your story, Kush?
Speaking of competitiveness, we had something really similar, like a bowling event, team building.
Yeah.
And so what happened? Yeah, we all got into I think it's a group of 4 or 5 in this bowling lane. We went in, and I haven't bowled for fucking 5 years.
Yeah.
So everyone was shit. Like after 6 bowls, we were on 50. We were terrible. We were actual trash. Really bad.
You're trash.
But we were really competitive because we all wanted to win. Basically, one guy was up to 97 at the end. Done.
That's
Yeah.
his final score.
That's his final score. Me, I'm on 68. So the only way I win is if I get a
3 strikes in a row.
3 strike, or a spare and then a strike.
Yeah.
Right. I was in it. Man, I was throwing out about, I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm about to win this shit, This,
Good.
This guy was also a staff member below me. And I was like, I'm gonna tell you a new hole. Watch this, bro. Watch this space. First one, completely missed. Got the ball.
So you're gonna get 2 perfect.
2 perfect ones. And this guy, bro, he was laughing. And I was like, why the fuck you laughing, man? I was full getting into it. So second one, man gets a spare. I've got the opportunity.
Now we're on.
Yeah.
Now we're on.
Dude, I was feeling it, man. My big bosses who came from Manila, they were around here. They came for a week. Everyone's
They were watching you bullying.
Me just absolutely throwing
Hang on, was other people taking it this serious as well?
Yeah.
Okay,
take it
good.
seriously.
That's the main thing.
Yeah. It's not
You gotta
just
read the
me.
room.
Yeah.
Everyone's talking about their weekend because I'm gonna fucking beat you.
Just giving the come on, let's go after every ball.
Oh my god. Last ball, boys, got the strike.
Wow.
I absolutely win. I get dapped up by my big bosses in Manila. They're like, fucking this guy.
Promote this man immediately.
I went up to the guy who lost and I was like, eat this motherfucker.
Did the L dance.
Bro, I absolutely tore him a new hole.
Deserve to with a clutch performance like that.
Yeah, but we got really competitive though.
I feel like, with these work events, like, if you can't, it would be so boring. Like, imagine being bowling and, like, just no one cares and, like,
Just talking about work straight after a bowl. Like,
Fuck
seeds.
that, yeah.
Exactly. You gotta bring the atmosphere.
But, like, you gotta, there's a line, and you gotta make sure you tiptoe
The
it.
line also depends on the room.
Yeah.
Read the room.
Read the room.
100%. Don't go around doing the commands if no one else is doing it.
Could be funny, but.
So there you go. Those are some mind your manners, and definitely let us know about Kush's friend's dilemma. I'm still torn about it.
Or if you have your own dilemmas, we're happy to hear them, and we'll discuss them at some point.
Alrighty, boys. That brings us to the end of a wonderful episode. We are on 119 5-star ratings on Spotify. Goes up every week, and I love to see it. But let's pump those numbers up. Apple Podcasts is lagging behind now. It's on 70, which is good, but we want to hit that 100.
We don't settle for good.
Exactly. We want to hit the 3 digits. So if you do listen on Apple Podcasts and you haven't rated us, please do so. Now, boys, we promise a lot of things on this podcast, and sometimes we deliver. Mr. Potato Head, the taste tests. We do deliver sometimes, but a lot of the time we don't. And so we've realized that we don't do this. And we've actually gone back and we've listened and we've seen how many times that we failed to deliver, and we know the number. And now we have one final promise. Not a final, but we have a new promise.
To make up for broken promises, we're making another promise.
And we want any listener really, to go back, all 53, 54, whatever.
58.
Yeah.
Exactly. So if you go back and listen to every promise that we haven't fulfilled, and there is a lot, and if you can get that number, or even close to that number, we promise we will give you some Manscaped products.
Exactly. Well, you've seen us raving about the briefs, the lawnmower, the weed whacker. You may get a Manscaped product.
Ball toner, preserver.
And by product, we mean like a good product. We give you a good offering.
A brand, yeah.
Exactly.
So, listeners, do your homework.
With that number, we will need some sort of verification.
It's going to be,
Because I could just send in a fucking number,
That is
130 promises.
List out the episode where it happened. Do we say a time frame? Or just the episode? And the segment. Episode and the segment.
Just give us the episode.
And
the promise made.
Yeah.
Because we want to also make up for some of these promises.
Quote the promise.
Quote the promise. Yeah, quote the promise and all of them. There will be a list.
Remember, we know them. We know them.
So send it in to us.
There are a couple that say, if we get one like, we will do something. If we get one view on the episode, we will do something.
So if you can verify it, we will send you the whole shebang from Manscaped. The whole 9 yards. The preserver, the shaver, the weed whacker, you name it.
But no corner is left unturned.
Exactly.
We hit every single promise.
And maybe we do put a time frame on this. We'll give it what?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
TCB Appreciation Society. Get on there and comment.
Alright. 2 weeks from this episode.